You guys want to go through some big WTF moments from the press conferences here?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
What do you got? You got some stuff?
Yeah, number one. Hey, speaking of studios purchased by Microsoft, Bleeding Edge is the name of a game from Ninja Theory. This is a bizarre case. So they made it very clear, which I thought was really interesting messaging-wise, that this is a game that was in development long before Microsoft purchased Ninja Theory. And it's like looking at that game, which is a 4v4 team-based shooter with a lot of personality. It's like, this is a post-Overwatch game in development, right? Where Ninja Theory is like, we need to do something. We're an indie studio. Let's go for some of that Overwatch vibe and try and make this
Post-Overwatch, pre-Battle Royale.
Right. Watching that trailer, they felt like characters from Guitar Hero 3 or something.
They really did. I looked up a couple times, like while I was at the Xbox showcase this afternoon.
Yeah.
And they would have like different trailers playing up on the big screen, like while you're just waiting in line. And there's like a scene where actually one of the characters is like wailing on a guitar, and I'm like, this looks like Guitar Hero 3 like cutscenes.
It's really bizarre. And I know previously on the podcast I had teased that like Hellblade wasn't the only thing in development over at Ninja Theory.
Yeah.
This was that game that I saw in that Hellblade trip.
Oh, this definitely was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I saw the character with the wheel that we couldn't talk about.
I want to try
at the
it
time.
though.
But also at the time, didn't have an art style. It was a little more kiddie from what I remember. So
Did you think it was a
more adult over time?
Transformers game? Is that what you thought it was?
No.
I can't remember. We were talking about it for a
Yeah,
while.
I thought I was expecting like maybe like Skylanders or something. I thought it was like some cutesy kiddie platformer, but I remember like the Gizmo Duck style wheel. And now it's like, oh, that's a character in Bleeding Edge, everybody.
Bleeding Edge.
Yeah, hey, exciting stuff, I guess. Let's see. I loved, this isn't exactly a WTF moment, but I loved the Minecraft Dungeons demo, which we talked about previously on the podcast. Cork had seen it. Throughout that entire conversation, Cork did not mention once that it was from an isometric camera perspective. It's like, Cork, what are you doing, buddy? That seems like a very important detail to convey about Minecraft Dungeons.
I still don't understand how it works. I walked in late on that one. Like, what's the deal with it? Like,
it seems like it's just Minecraft Diablo. It is a completely separate game from Mojang, and it is Minecraft Diablo, down to the point where I got really geeky when they put the map on the screen, and it is the exact like Diablo map overlay thing.
Cool.
It's like, but as Cork said from his trip to Mojang, and he got to see the game and I think play it, that you couldn't like tear down the world and build stuff in it.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, so it's just going to be kind of like a dungeon crawler with just heavily inspired by Diablo.
Is it co-op?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it seems really
Such
cool.
a weird thing if
bored.
you're not
I'll
able to
check that
build.
I know. Yeah, it's odd.
You know what seems like it should have been like a big WTF moment and felt like it just washed over the crowd was the like Terminator thing.
Yeah, for
in
Gears.
Oh, yes.
Feels like that's a weird combo, like, but I just had no excitement over it. I like Terminator just fine.
I loved it just from like, oh, this is game industry 101. This is some dopey ass crap. But there were rumors that like Terminator was going to be in Mortal Kombat 11. And so when that started, I was like, what? Is Terminator Dark Fate just getting out branding wise, and they're also going to be in Gears 5? And it's just the opening of Terminator 2, right? Where it's like stepping on the skull, and then he's got the chainsaw. It's like, this is so
I love
stupid.
the image. Like,
Yeah,
the image
is
awesome.
just absurd.
Yeah.
And it's like, what, pre-order DLC, I believe?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's
It's just skins or something, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trailer for Gears 5 in general being a 90s music video was really weird.
I liked it. Am I alone?
I liked it.
I mean, I'm just saying it's weird, dude.
I know, but like so many people were talking ahead of time about just, oh boy, how does Gears 5 get attention? Like, of all the trailers, that one caught my imagination more than I think anything else they could have shown. I was like, what? Just like this weird split personality thing where Kate's being torn apart several different ways. Like, I thought it looked weird and interesting. I was on board.
Yeah, felt like it went on too long. I was like, all right.
Well, sure. We all fell asleep halfway through
Yeah.
it, but then that Terminator came out.
And then I was like, what?
Also,
Why does he
WTF
need the chainsaw? He's a Terminator.
WTF moment for me involving writing the Gears 5 preview that's on GameInformer.com right now. I was looking through the assets they provided, and there is a key art done by Alex Ross, which I used as the header image of my preview. If you want to go check that out.
That's cool.
It's really cool looking.
Other what the hell moment. Remember when Bethesda and ZeniMax revived one of their classic franchises that they own? Commander Keen is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Do we necessarily just have to restrict it to like one thing in that conference? Because the first half of that conference sucked.
I would say it all sucked. I feel like Bethesda.
Hey man, Ghostwire.
Have they been taken to task enough for like the last? I feel like 4 years. Press conferences have.
Isn't
just
that
been
their
a
only?
slog.
That's the only press conferences they've ever done, right?
I guess you're
they
right.
started 4 years ago.
Yeah,
right?
they're like, oh, we got enough for a press conference, and then every other year after that, it's like
we gotta do one. We gotta.
You don't need to do this.
They shouldn't.
It felt so bad this year.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and that's my favorite publisher. Like, I'm usually like really into their stuff, and like even the trailers for the things that I was into, like that Wolfenstein trailer sucked.
Really?
That Doom trailer just showed me more of everything I already knew about
Like even
Doom
the gameplay,
Eternal.
like
Yeah.
still.
It's like, yeah, I know this, yeah.
People are already sold on it. There's no new info.
Doom gameplay looks fine, but you really want to play that game.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's fun about Doom.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really need to see any more of that game.
Yeah.
I'm already on board.
And I'm already on board with Commander Keen.
Well, I was going to go back to that Commander Keen thing. Like, when they first announced it, I was like, Sunday morning, like, I'm all for, like, Commander Keen coming back. This feels like the wrong way to do it. It's like a weirdo, like, phone game, like, free to play, like...
Yeah, they were like, hey, we have this classic franchise. Like, this is literally how they introduced it. Classic franchise as a free-to-play mobile game. Like that was a selling point.
It was an odd pitch. The lady was very comfortable on stage. I was very impressed. But I like that it's coming from ZeniMax Online, like the ESO team. I think that's interesting. That team's
interesting.
Starting this, and then they said they had another project in the works as well. But if this is like the standard for their other projects, is just this mobile cutesy thing. And she even made some reference to like, oh, id's giving us their blessing and stuff with this Commander Keen reboot. But even we're squinting at that gameplay because they never went full frame on the gameplay in the video version. It's like, what is this? What is happening on the screen?
Yeah, like
is it a puzzle game? Like, I couldn't figure that out either. Like, you're making like inventions and then using them in a puzzle. The original was a platformer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very odd. But hey, Commander Keen's back.
And speaking of ESO and WTF, that long trailer that they showed for the expansion elsewhere, and then
it was well produced.
It was very well produced, but they were like, "Hey, we left you on a cliffhanger last time, and then they left us on another cliffhanger."
Right. Very confusing. Speaking of confusing, Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga announced at Microsoft's press conference.
I'm in.
Where it's like, hey, we're doing every movie again, but I love Lego. I've been to that studio 2-3 times. But it is mind-boggling then to think of like, wait, they're just doing every Star Wars movie again? Like, we haven't done Rogue One, we haven't done Solo.
Wait, so like they're remaking them? They're not just like porting the original?
No, they're remaking every movie, which for Lego Force Awakens, a game that people refuse to remember exists, they did all of Episode 7 again, and they also did Endor from 6. Like Return of the Jedi. So now they're going to have to redo that again and also redo
Third
all
time's the charm.
of...
Well, and there was the original trilogy set of games.
Yes, exactly. It's like what they did with Lego Indiana Jones 2, where they remade it. Remember? They remade all of Lego Indiana Jones 1 again. It's just like,
so weird.
When there's untapped Star Wars movies, I don't want you guys doing this stuff again.
Well, do you think they would loop Rogue One into this somehow?
I doubt it. They said all 9 films.
They did say 9 films. You're right.
Yeah.
DLC.
They could.
If it.
I mean, it would be weird if they just released Lego Star Wars Rogue One at this point. Like.
Right. Yeah, it would be, but
like
that'd be more interesting than we're going to redo all these games we've
That's what I'm
done.
saying. They just put it in as like a bundled thing.
Yeah.
You can't do it as standalone.
Plus, this time I bet they'll pull dialogue from the movies all throughout them.
How sad are you that Lego City Undercover didn't sell better and that they're not making a sequel to that and they're locked into this loop of licensed games?
I still think it's the funniest game I've ever played.
Played? More than like Portal or any of those other games.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think so, man.
I mean,
I don't think
it's
it's a
up there.
great game. I think it's a fine to good game, and I think it's the funniest thing.
But I like it because they were like doing their own thing, and it was kind of like a little bit more experimental, even gameplay wise. It was
They
different.
only used 1 license, not 2.
That's right. They were more inspired by the Lego Rock Band era of Lego games, where they were doing freaky stuff instead of just pure license stuff. Yeah.
That was a fun game.
Unleash the freaks.
Hell yeah. Let's see. WTF moment. I thought the worst trailer of E3 so far was the Dying Light 2 trailer.
I'm excited for that game. I did not
too.
see the trailer though because I was.
It's literally just Batman fan fiction.
Well,
it's so weird.
Last year I thought the gameplay and the concept seemed really awesome. This year it's it's just Troy Baker, right? Like, hey, we got Troy Baker doing a voice, and there's nothing compelling in that entire trailer.
And he's doing his Troy Baker voice. Like, he didn't even like try to do a different voice.
Well, I will get to the bottom of this. I have an appointment with them later this week.
Oh, really? Very exciting. I love seeing Age of Empires 2 on the stage at the Microsoft press conference. I was hoping they'd segue that in Age of Empires 4. Didn't happen, but also it's the second remake of Age of Empires 2. Speaking of remaking remakes, where it's,
exciting.
Sure, that's fine. They have a new campaign there. That's cool. I love the opening of when they're teasing, like, world premiere. Microsoft's got a new game pulling from all this map data around the world. We're going to make something cool. And it's like, oh, is this some weird ARG stuff, AR stuff? What is this going to be? And Microsoft Flight Simulator, which I'm still excited for, but it's just a compelling trailer with good music, I think.
They're hovering around these planes for a really long time. This must be a flight game. Like,
but I like the idea of them taking a map of the world and then like spawning flamingos and animals in different regions and stuff. Tech-wise, I want to see.
Is that on Xbox or is it just on PC?
It's both.
Really?
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
Like visually, it's just a really good-looking game.
For sure. Phantasy Star Online 2.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. I mean, fans have wanted that for so long, and the idea that Microsoft gets it over Sony, which in my mind seems like it's more of like the MMO console of choice here, right? And so it's bizarre that Microsoft could pull those strings and make that deal happen after all this time.
Is there like
what MMO do they have that Microsoft doesn't aside from Final Fantasy 14?
Final Fantasy 14.
But that's the only one, right?
Well, yeah, but still.
They used to have DC Universe Online, but then that came to Microsoft, and I don't even know if it's still around.
Is there like a Stockholm syndrome situation going on here, where like certain people who like played this game, it's like that's all they were able to play, and that's why they love this so much.
Did you play PSO back in the day?
I played the original one on Dreamcast, and I liked it. But also, I think, that was like my only outlet for online gaming.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then I like played other things, and I'm like, oh, there's better games. Because like that game, like it wasn't bad. Like there's things about it I liked, but it was like very rudimentary. And like from my understanding, is like the sequel is still kind of rudimentary, like in certain elements. Right? Is anybody else on board?
You're a real piece of work.
Hey, boo! Fantasy Star!
But it's awesome, right, that Microsoft is at least taking a stab at the Japanese market again, especially with this.
Yeah.
Pulling from Japan, I should say, and bringing it to the West. I think it's incredible.
Maybe I'll play it and it'll be great.
Bring back Sakaguchi. I want Lost Odyssey 2.
He's busy on his Apple project, man. Making that weird little
Lost Odyssey 2
RPG thing.